Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and do you think I can talk about this news fest for 15 minutes? I guess we're going to find out. So let's take a look here. Opening the new week and SPY doing nothing. Look at this daily. And so this is when people can get chopped up, just not paying attention to longer time frames and saying, look, we're coming into the midday and you're a doji doing nothing. So if you're trading SPY, shame on you, all right, because it's doing nothing. To start off the week, if we go to QQQ, a little better. Look at this. Look at so we'll see on the 30-minute. You're going to see this inside bar, and then pokes down. Maybe RevStrat, but in general, doing nothing. If we go to Dow Jones Diamonds, right here, nothing, and a little weaker. But anytime you need to break out uh, your looking glass to try and figure out if something's doing something, it's probably doing nothing. If you go to small cappers here, all right, small cappers a little better, taking out last week's highs. However, with just a few days left, looking like an inside month for the small cappers, but you can see just a little bit better broadening formation, higher highs, lower lows, and comes back up into that. So the good thing about something like a flattish market is that oftentimes if you just look at the sectors, you can see what they're doing. So today, so far, you're going to look at this. SMH, you're going to notice the difference on that daily, right? And you're also going to go to IBB, and you're going to notice this, the inside day to the upside, right? That's what's giving those cues at least some strength. And you'll also notice that they are scaling out of their defensive posture. XLP is down and taking out last week's lows. You're also going to notice XLU. So they're rotating out of that defensive posture. That's a 2-2 weekly reversal on the utilities with XLP. So that we do know. So when we go to that SMH, you're going to see stuff like MU 2122 down inside day to start the week, and boom, right back up. Now Handley's still an inside week, red on the month, so a lot of these things are just going to be taking trades because a lot of things have already played out. If we go to like SWKS, here a little better, except exhaustion risk going into the highs, and we've been watching this all month. You see this on the monthly? Here, shooter, hammer, boom. These two become an outside bar out of this, right? So this is what we've been looking for on that monthly. We've got our magnitude on it now, and you can see how it just stalls out a bit. But just like QQQ, here, hammer, shooter, these two become an outside bar of all that. SWKS takes care of business on that one. Boom, thanks for playing. And that tells us to keep looking around that space. Corvo, here, Corvo, once again, these two become an outside bar of this, right? That's RevStrat month 1, 2, and then you can see it's doing the exact same pattern here. Here on the monthly, inside month, poke down, boop. These two become an outside bar of that, and it's doing the same thing on a weekly basis. You see, the inside week, the poke down, boom, RevStrat, give me new highs. So we're looking to take this out here above 199.94. So we got like another buck in there, and sometimes they go a little bit further than you thought. If we go to LRCX, still an inside week, all right? Still that Momo Hammer month here, but here on the daily, the outside bar, inside, boom, we're looking to take this high out. 649.94. We're going to take that out. So you got some more distance on that. We got Qualcomm going to the highs. Now you can see this on the monthly. Couldn't really get it going. We wanted to break this above 140.10 and keep going, so it's got a re-break coming with the new month. But it's important to understand what they're doing, right? What are they doing? They're buying semiconductors to start the week. So because you're going to see this. 2 down, take out the lows, 2 up on the week. That's a good thing, right? How do you get in on something like that? Like, I don't know. I'm going to wait for a pullback. What is that? I'm going to get this. Take out the high, take out the low, boom, you're in, and then you got an inside 30 to add to keep it going. And watching that with the SMH and the rest of the crew. If we go to analog devices, and analog devices here, 2 down week, 2 up. This is a reversal. This is what they look like. It's also on the monthly. Took out the previous high, took out the previous low. There's your bottom of your broadening formation. Where's it going, Rob? We're going to take these guys out. Right there. 163.70. Give me 163.71 on ADI, right? So if we take a look at, well, you can always make sure you're paying attention to your signals. So NVAC still an inside week, still an inside month, but nice and green, and you can see this, the inside day to the upside. So it's a little stuck in here, so how far that's going to go would really need to take that week out, but you're going to see this once again in the 30-minute. Outside, inside. Boom. When it takes that out, we're looking to take that out at least, which then triggers inside day to the upside. NVAX so far. LRCX is trading on the highs as I speak. If we go to SRNE. SRE now back green on the month, taking out last week's highs. 2 up by taking out the previous day's highs. Slightly took out the low. And then boom, right here, kicker. Anybody who was short on Friday could stay short. But once we take that out, those guys go into trouble. We'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go take a look at them apes, GameStop. And GameStop has just been such a tremendous trader knowing when you know the strat this year. All you had to do is wait for this on the daily. You'll see this. Friday took out Thursday's lows. Boom. As soon as it takes that out. 153.65. Not bad. There's $10. And these two become an outside bar of all that. You see? And off to the races she goes. Let's see if you got a nice 60 in there, it looks like. Inside 60. Here. Outside bar. Means they're willing to pay up and sell down. Meet back in the middle. Real move. Here. When this gets taken out at 157.30. Not bad. Still going for them apes. GameStop. If we go to OLED. OLED was having a rough one because we knew about this weekly. 2 up, 2 down for the past 2 weeks. But you come in on a Monday morning, what are they going to do today? Trying to go 2-2 back up. So this week, OLED over 231.99. Still red on the month and kind of sitting here, but just knowing how these moves work on a weekly basis can make you plenty, right? Coming down here in a nice little day to start off the week, OLED. If we go to MVIS, and MVIS we knew about last week. Now taking out that monthly, going toward the highs of the month of all time, evers, right? So you can see all this garbage in here, but now you're getting through it, right? Now we'll see if this sets up again for us. MVIS, like so. So MVIS chopping around a little bit, but still setting towards the highs for those apes. If we go to DMRC. And DMRC, see this inside week here, outside week, took out both sides, then meet in here, real move, going to take this out, which it did. Now we'll see if there's more comes of it off this daily hammer here. If we go to RVPH, here you go, inside week, 2, 1, 2, back through this previous range. So one of the things you always want to look for is a previous range like this, because we know ranges get taken out on both sides. Some people will say it's a supply and demand area. Yeah, right. Boom, right through there, right? Because when you got green on all time frames, yeah, that's what it's going to do. So you came back through all this stuff. You come in here, you get yourself an inside 60 right here, and off to the races. We'll see if that sets up again for, yep. If we go to LAZR. Laser. And we were looking at this last week. Now it's back green on the month. And so whenever you see this, like 4 months stuck inside of something like this, eventually you're going to see price discovery start over again. And that's what happened. You took out these lows, stop them all out. Now coming back. So this will definitely be on the radar coming to the new month after here, the inside day. Still good. Still going. The outside week to the upside. That's 3-2. And what that means is down here was a rejected sell. Tried to sell down. As soon as this went green, we knew this was going to be an outside bar on the week, right? And when you go up above this, that means this rejection is still occurring, right? So now these two become an outside bar of that. Question, you be strong enough to go after that? We'll see. If we go to CCIV. CCIV inside on the 60 right now. Just had a nice little opening percentage basis here coming up here. Now we'll see if there's more in the tank, because on the weekly you get this. 2 down by stopping them out, taking out previous low. Boom, these two become an outside bar of that. We'll see if they're strong enough to come back through all of that CCIV. New issue, TMCI. Qualcomm goes to the highs, semis. And new issue, brand new issue here. Only its second day, but you can see we look for things that are nice, long, and green. We like that. And then you wait for that corrective activity on the 60 here. Then boom, 222 back up, 2 down, 2 up. This is exactly what we look for. Off to the races. How's your 30? Inside 30 right here. You see? And now inside 30 again. We'll see if that continues. Continuation over 30.65. If we go to Rita. And Rita here, inside week to the upside. This was the 2 down by taking out previous low. Inside week, boom, off you go. And we'll see, because this will be interesting for next month, because we had an outside month, took it out, but now coming back into the range. This is what we look for, because we knew they were willing to pay up and sell down. If they're willing to do it once, they might do it again. Here's your sell down. So coming up on the new month, Rita, taking out this high is going to get my attention over 105.52 as of now. If we go to D-Dog. D-Dog, still an inside month, so that's going to be on the radar for the new month. But for the week, you can see this. Take out the previous high, take out the previous low. And so for this week, we want to know about D-Dog over 91.76, right? Which it is, right? So pay attention to that going forward. If we go to NVCR, and NVCR holding its gap up, then goes inside on the week last week, and now still going. This would be 3, took this out, I believe. Let me see here. Yep, outside bar, inside bar, real move. We're going to take this out at least. 218.09, so you got a little bit more on that, and hopefully it keeps going. You can see on the monthly, just exactly what I was talking about when we were looking at the other thing here. The outside month, 3, 2 down, boom. When they took this out, looking for these two to become an outside bar of that, you see? Which it did. It hit its magnitude. If we go to SGMS. And SGMS here, just outside bar to the upside, 3-2 on the month, right? So you got some exhaustion risk going into the highs, but you had a nice little morning. We'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go to CVAC. CVAC, what we look for on the monthly, 2 up, 2 down, boom. Looking for these guys to become an outside bar of that. So we want to take this out, 133. So you got some more distance on that. Starting off the week as a winner again, CVAC. If we go to, not too much on the downside, but if we go to LMT, you know, I always want to be aware of anything taken out last week's lows or yesterday's lows, especially if they're doing that in a sector. So Northrop Grumman, also slightly coming in here, inside weak to the downside. Like I said, XLP. So that tells me to go looking for me Pepsis here, trying to go 2 back down on the week. Your Coke here, still inside on the week, but having a little bit of a rough day here. Your Procter and Gamble's here, outside week to the downside, which means this buying rejection is still occurring for Procter and Gamble. Down she goes after the inside day here. If we go to Clorox. Clorox also taking out last week's lows here. How's Mondelez? Mondelez, so you're going to see that. RevStrat, inside day, poke up, and boom, taking her out. If we go to another subsector, shipping, UPS. And UPS, inside week to the downside. And that tells us to look at FedEx. FedEx, after last week's 2-2 down, still continuation on the downside. Not too much else going on there. If we go to DDS, though, and some retail. DDS, inside day to the downside, now kind of stuck in here. We'll see if that sets up again. Urban Outfitters having some issues here as well. Boom, big outside day, and LII. Big outside day. We'll see if there's any more puking left in the puke tank. You got an inside 60 on this thing. Also now an outside week. So a little quiet in the broader averages, but that's why we break it down to the sectors. What are they doing? They are trailing out of defensive names XLU and XLP, and they are loving the semiconductors. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Russ Smith, the Black Channel here at Ticker Talk. Strat Time Report.